Hey, you guys! It's your favorite little keto goofball diamond, and today marks 5 years and 200 days of my ketogenic journey. I started my weight loss journey at 311.8 pounds, and I'll tell you where I'm sitting today. All the good news, all the weird news, all the wow, and so much more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell because it is time to rant, rave, and misbehave Keto Diamond style. I didn't do it. All right, you guys. So, is that better? Not really. I've had the kitchen window open all day because it's been beautiful. But being the outside, while I love it, it loves to mess with my throat. It really does. But anyway, you guys, I've had a fantastic weekend. My paycheck is not going to like it. My bank account is really not going to like it. But mental health wise, fantastic. All right, so went into work on Friday, you guys. We're going to start with my Thursday weigh-ins, but we're going to go all the way through until today, which is Monday, right? I think it's Monday. Been a little off with my days, to be honest with you. Hold on a minute. Maybe I should stop and clear my throat. Probably won't get it clear though. I've done it 2 or 3 times. Anyway, all right. So Thursday, me and hubby had a great day. I don't remember where we ate, but I think we just went to Golden Corral for steak. I think. I'm not even sure. You'll see. I don't know. But whatever I did on Thursday did affect me for Friday. So I went up a little bit on Saturday. Ironically, I went down on Sunday and should not have, and kind of did pretty good today too. So we're going to talk about it and all that stuff, but let me explain. So went to work on Friday. We're having kind of trouble getting plenty of orders right now. So we were told at first, initially, that Saturday would just be half a day. And I was like, you know what? That's great. My sister has this housewarming party. I've been feeling kind of guilty because I couldn't go. So now I can go, right? And he's like, yeah, cool. I was like, all right, awesome. Well, then they changed it to a 12-hour day, which is our normal days. I was like, damn. But he came around and said, look, everybody's scheduled to be here tomorrow. If you'd like to schedule a day off, I'm fine with it, or half a day. I was like, take half a day. Awesome. So I got off like right around lunchtime, and I headed to Greensboro on Saturday. And now I did have some off-colored foods on Saturday, and I'll tell you about those, but nothing I would be ashamed of or guilty of, let's just say, or should not be anyway. Nobody should. But, they're not exactly keto, although they're healthy foods. We'll talk about that in a second. But I had the best time on Saturday. I went all the way, I say Greensboro, but it's really Reedsville. I was born and raised in Greensboro. My sister and them lived in Reedsville, which is like 10-15 minutes away from where we lived. So I always say Greensboro. I call it Greensboro, but they're in Reedsville. So anyway, I went to my nephew's new house in Reedsville. He brought his mom over. We're gonna call her his wife, because they've been together for a very, very long time, and they got an 18-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 6-month-old. They really, really spread them out. But this was the first chance to meet the 6-month-old too. So excited. This child, I tell you what, all 3 of their boys, all 3 of them have done this. The very first time I met them, they just wrapped up in my arms like they knew me. Like, well, there you are. Where you been? And they just loved me from the start. And it really sucks because they live a good ways away. I don't get to see them much at all. And like I said, one of them's 18, one of them's 12, and this new one's 6 months. And this first time I got a chance to see him. But he did me the same way. I'm going to show you a little clip in just a minute. But that baby, beautiful little boy, beautiful baby. He's so pretty. He almost looks like a girl. He looks just like his daddy, but he's got these pink little cheeks. Looks like his aunt. his daddy's sister too when she was a baby. My foot itches. Sorry. But anyway, beautiful baby. I got to give my sister her gifts myself, which weren't something super special, but I got her 2 woolly, fluffy blankets, not woolly, but like thick velvety blankets. And I got her, she's in a wheelchair, so I got like it's a very small quilt that works out perfectly for her legs and her chair. I got her some towels. And I took her a bunch of clothes too. My mom also called me and said, hey, you got any extra clothes your sister can have? She could really use them. So I went through my closet before I left. So I was pleased with being able to give her stuff. I was pleased with being able to see her. And my great niece, Valerie, Brooklyn. Okay, so she was adopted out. It's my niece's daughter. She's turned 18. She's come back to the family. And we've missed her greatly, but I got to see her for the first time in many, many years. Oh my goodness, this child got long curly hair. She's married now. Beautiful. But I mean, she always was, but just absolutely beautiful. And I was very pleased to be able to spend time with her. And my sister and my parents were there. My nephew and his wife were there, and their 2 older boys and baby, of course, and a couple other people that I don't know them very well, but they were there, and it was a very nice time. It was good. Jessica had laid out a platter thing with like fruits and vegetables in it. No sugary sweets, but I did have some watermelon and pineapple. And I also have like 1 baby carrot. And here's what really got me is she made these little rolls. She toasted them, little tiny rolls with some ham in it. I had a couple of those. But I went down the next morning, and I was really, really shocked by that, to be honest with you. Although that day was a fasting day. I literally did not eat nothing for breakfast, nothing in the morning at all. I was like, you know what, I'll eat something on the way there. And then I just, my GPS, it took me down the highways, but then it managed to bypass Greensboro and Reidsville altogether. So there was like no restaurants. I stopped by Sheetz, got a block of cheese that I ate on the way to their house. And then I ate the little things I just told you about. And then I came home, and that was like really late in the evening. I stopped by Domino's and then grabbed me some wings and hubby some pizza and came home. So I was really, really shocked the next day when I went down. But calorie-wise, I probably ate very, very little calories, which actually might be a big plus with the way I've been going. I wouldn't cut them too low, but I possibly need to cut my calories quite a bit. And even better today, this morning, I went down just a little bit too. So that is fantastic. I'm very happy with that. But I want to read a couple, before we get to the weigh-in and everything, I want to read a couple of comments I got so that I can answer a couple questions. I brewed some tea. Stevia for the sweetener, of course, but I actually brewed some dandelion, hawthorn, and hibiscus tea together in one pot because I think I need all 3 today. Probably should have broke out my immune boost tea with the way my throat sounds, but it's simply from having the kitchen window open and riding with the windows down a little bit yesterday. So my throat, allergies, if it's going to bloom, it's going to die, it's going to do it around me, it's going to get in my throat. I ain't going to be able to talk, but that's okay. I'm fine. All right, so on to the questions. Actually, let me clear my throat first. All right, so the first one is from Hoot Owl Hollerer. Your name always gives me a hoot. But anyway, says, I'm glad you dropped the fluid. Were those tablets expensive? Everything I've noticed with the word keto on it is outrageous. Yes, all the food companies jump on that, and so many falsely say keto friendly, and I bet my bottom dollar they aren't. Hopefully you have a good work week. Yeah, you can just go ahead and keep your dollars. I wouldn't. Very little of anything that says keto on it is keto friendly. I mean, if they marked a steak with the word keto on it, I'd probably be wary of it. So, you know, that's keto friendly. Guaranteed. But anyway, those tablets she was talking about are these Keto Science Keto Burn. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I'm going to continue using them just to see what happens until they're gone. But I have noticed absolutely nothing, really. Nothing fancy, spectacular. No extreme boost of energy. None of that stuff. And I'm doing keto. So if you're not doing keto, I can't imagine these do anything for people at all. And people will just see keto burn and think, oh, it's a fat burner. This should work. Probably not. They were expensive. They were $18. And it says for 60 of them. I thought there would be a 30-day supply. It's not, because you're supposed to take 4 of them a day. So it is a 15-day supply for almost $20. I will not buy them again unless something outrageously crazy happens to where I just start dropping like 20 pounds, because technically I'm probably holding about 20 pounds of extra. So, yeah. I just thought I'd answer that real fast. Wrong way. All right, this one's from Michelle. I have a question, and I'm asking here because you're the only one I know who talks about this. I've noticed that since my sleep has been getting better a bit because of some of the medication for depression the doctor has put me on, that I wake up in the morning and really I have a lot of fluid when I go to the washroom first thing in the morning, and the scale does go down a bit. Does sleeping help you release water from your cells? Fantastic question. Yes, it does. In fact, throughout the day, you'll put on a little bit of fluid. It depends on what you eat. I mean, if you eat a strict keto diet, you're probably not going to put on much fluid. But especially when you first start out on keto and when you start sleeping really well, the longer you sleep, the more fluid you can go, because you lose fluid through urination, defecation, perspiration, and there's another one, aspiration, through breathing. But the first thing in the morning when you get up and you urinate and you get all of that off of you, your best way in is going to be early in the morning, right away. You can lose 3 to 5 pounds realistically in fluid from what you gained throughout the day. Because during the day, you usually gain 2 to 3 pounds of fluid just from moving around, from normal daily tasks, from drinking, eating, and all that stuff. And by the next morning, most of that's gone. And if you're doing strict keto, even more of that will be gone. So that's where you'll see your weight loss is first thing in the morning. So your best way in is first thing in the morning, after you've gone to the restroom, all you could that first time, before you drink anything, strip naked or wear the same type of clothes every morning, and then you get on that scale. That's your first and best way in of the day. Now, I have also heard some people say that after a couple hours they have their better way in which that might be true for some people, because I noticed this when I first wake up in the morning, my rings are tight, but I've lost a lot of fluid. So I don't know, if the fluid is just moving around depending on how I sleep or whatever, but I've noticed that my face looks puffy, my fingers are tighter with my rings on. So yeah, maybe it is a couple hours later, but it's going to be hard to do that without drinking or eating anything first thing in the morning, especially drinking, because I like to start drinking fluids pretty much first thing in the morning because I'm thirsty all the time from being a little bit dehydrated. But anyway, yeah, you lose fluid as you sleep at night by perspiration, aspiration, getting up and urinating. They say defecation too, but I got to be honest with you. Sometimes I go poo and I get on the scale thinking, all right, I should have dropped. How the hell did I gain 2 ounces after that? I don't know if I put my body through some work or what. Yeah, it's gross, but it's still true. And this one's from Eve. He says, hey there, Joni. I know you talked about your mom offhandedly lately, but you've not mentioned how she's doing after the major health scare she had. Is she doing well? I'm happy to say my mother's doing very well, especially with what early this time in 2022. My mother was highly hallucinating things in a terrifying way, like scary stuff. Not like monsters and stuff, but like real life events that she thought was actually happening. Just one example, she accused me and my son and my daughter-in-law of setting my grandson on fire in the backyard, even though she could see him standing there with us. Sorry. So, like, she could see him. She knew he was with us. She knew he was safe and sound right there. But still, she thought she had saw that in the backyard. She was watching Touched by an Angel. She swore my sister died, and she saw her go to heaven peacefully, and she was happy with it. I got my sister to call her because she had not died. I was like, you need to call Mama, something ain't right. Um, and she called Mama, and Mama's like, well, I saw her go to heaven. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, you just talk to her. Hold on, y'all. And then there was one time she said, okay, I need you to sit down and watch this TV show with me, because she was getting all her information from TV. She said, now look at this. Now we were watching a game show, some kind of like where these people were in the little boxes. I can't remember what the game show is called or whatever, but it's just a game show. She said, see, that's the house you grew up in. I don't know what you see in Mama, but that's just a game show. It's like, I, that's the house you grew up in. Don't you lie to me. I know you see that. Well, anyway, I had to have her put on a 72-hour hold for psych evaluation because I know what was going on. And my grandmother, her mother, actually lived in a mental institution most of her life because she saw bread and stuff walk across the floor. Now, I thought, oh, here it comes. And I had an aunt that did the same thing, her sister, in fact, and she lived in a psych ward for many, many years. She even called me one day and told me that she had a car accident. Her brains had spilled out all over the road, but they was able to put them back in. Okay. So it's those things where you really don't know what to do for a person. So it turned out hers was a medical condition. I don't know if maybe my aunt and grandma also had medical issues that caused these things. Although I do have certain medical issues that down the line, if I'm not treating them, can actually kick up like that. I mean, in fact, a B12 or a D3 deficiency actually can make you seem like you lose your mind. So you do have to be careful with these things and get checked for them and buy the best supplements you can buy for them or the best foods you can buy for them. But yeah, some things you have to keep in check. What's going on with my body today? Anyway, she's done great since she's been out. It turned out to be some kind of heart condition where she wasn't letting off enough CO2 or enjoying enough oxygen to the brain. So they were able to treat that, and she hasn't had an episode since she's been home. Although when I talked to her about it, I was like, but you had to know those things weren't real. I mean, like when you could see Zach and then you had thought that happened, or you could talk to Tina and you thought that happened, you had to know these things weren't real somehow. And she's like, they happened. It was the hallucinations were strong enough to trick her brain into thinking it was just absolutely real. And it's just something you don't know how to deal with, or how can you deal with it, because these things are not happening, but they're very convinced that they are. And the sad thing is these people aren't crazy. There's something going on that's causing it, and it's really rough. Anyway, I wanted to touch on that. So weekend again was fantastic. You guys, I want to start anything on this channel because I actually heard it somewhere and I was like, you know what, that's great. We should be looking for the best parts of our day or our weekend or our month. What were the best parts? Like the coolest things. So that way you can keep looking for things. Okay, is this going to be the best sunset I've seen today? And again, I've heard this somewhere. I think it was some kind of little TikTok channel, but I liked it. I was like, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start looking for the best thing that happened to me all day. And just keep looking and wondering if that's the best thing, or if that's the best thing, or that's the best thing. Like, getting off at lunch on Saturday and going to Greensboro by myself in my Mini Cooper. Just love that. Seeing my family, getting to hold that new baby, getting to see Valerie after all these years, getting to see Tina and them after all these years, having some watermelon and pineapple. That was Saturday was fantastic. Coming home, enjoying some chillax time, and I don't know. Yesterday, let me tell you, the best part of my day was doing absolutely damn nothing. I sit here all day and watch that little Sam and Colby channel. They're just little ghost hunters now. They're cute though, adorable little boys. Little boys. They're in their 20s, but they babies to me anyway. If I'm old enough to have changed your diaper, you just a baby. Anyway, so I look at it anyway. That was the best part of yesterday. And the best part of today, I got to watch Athena. I got to play with Anthony for a little while. Me and hubby went to our Valentine's Day dinner tonight because y'all know the restaurant's going to be packed tomorrow. So we did our dinner tonight and had a good time. Nothing crazy, but you'll see about that tomorrow. So, yeah, I had a wonderful weekend. How was your weekend? Plus, I had all day Sunday off. Again, that's going to suck. I did luckily have a floating holiday I could use because our company does provide each employee with a cool concept of a floating holiday. That way, if we all work on Easter, but you're real big on celebrating Easter, you can take Easter off. You have to do it in advance, but you can take Easter off and have that day paid without having to, worry about getting a point or anything like that or getting in any kind of trouble. So it's very nice. So if you celebrate a specific holiday or maybe you just need a mental health day, you can take that day, get paid for it, and not get in any trouble. And they started that because, a lot of people were very upset that we work on Easter or very upset that we work on Halloween. So you can take that day if you need it, but you have to plan it in advance, So that's cool. That's really cool. But I was able to use mine today because we found out we weren't going to be working today. So I'll still be paid today, but hubby won't. My son won't. But I think they have some PTO though, so they can take some money. But yeah, the hours are getting a little slack right now. It's a little worrisome, but hopefully it'll all get back right. And again, mental health wise or getting out and experiencing life a little bit, ain't nothing wrong with that. But my paycheck's gonna suck. All right, so let me go ahead and pop in the foods and the weigh-ins and everything that I did record. Not everything is recorded because I don't remember everything I did on Friday, and I don't think I recorded none of that. Let me go ahead and say this. Friday, I took some bacon with me. I also took 2 Quest bars. That's probably what the problem was. Friday morning, I had a Quest bar, and I also have a plan for this, by the way. I took a Quest peanut butter crispy bar, and for lunch, I had that peanut butter bar and a keto bread sandwich for lunch with ham, cheese, and mayonnaise. And then for later in the afternoon, I also had like a Quest brownie bar thing, which, by the way, are not that good. They are hard. And then don't believe the packaging when it says yummier and softer. It's not. All right, so anyway, that's what I did Friday, and that's the problem. And for dinner Friday, I had a Whopper, probably a triple Whopper with cheese or a double Whopper with cheese that I took the bun off of. 174.8 on Thursday morning. That's good. All right, you guys, it's only about noon. I was going to fast till much later in the day, but I'm heading to the grocery store, and I thought, you know what, I'm hungry. It's better to go ahead and be full when I get there, so I won't be as tempted to buy a bunch of crap. So I'm going to go ahead and have this, and then me and hubby will have dinner much later tonight.
Oh, this.
Hi. Anthony's been running around Jake in his underoos eating grilled cheese. Kind of a memory I want to keep.
Wait, let me move this. You can get up there.
Worked out last night, doing it again. Ice water here too. Steak and chicken. Alright, you guys, I bought my grandchildren a grilled cheese maker today, and it looks so good I have to have some. So I used keto seed bread, buttered the little pan thingy. It's something like the little chaffle maker, but it's a grilled cheese sandwich maker. And I threw some keto seed bread and cheese in there. Yeah. Friday morning, 175.4. Saturday morning, 176.0. Alright, you guys, so I actually got off early on Saturday to go to my sister's housewarming party. I haven't seen her in several years, so I thought we should do that. Stopped by Dunkin', got a large iced sugar-free vanilla, stevia, and coconut milk coffee. Sometimes these are really yummy, and sometimes it tastes like cold coffee. Today's the cold coffee taste. But popped into the car wash because Minnie was icky, and she was a dirty girl, very dirty. Anyway, gonna head all the way to Reedsville. It's gonna be fun. It is gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. Life is easy. Hey, pretty boy. Grayson. 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 Hi. Grayson. Looky. Look at the pretty baby. Look at him. Are you seeing yourself?
We brought a ramp, so
look at that. Aren't you gorgeous? Aren't you gorgeous? Hi. Not real sure what's going on, but several spots on Highway 29 are just on fire. I don't know if people did this on purpose or what's going on. Because there's firemen back there putting the fire out. All right, Saturday night. Just got home from Reedsville. And I got some buffalo wings from Domino's and 2 packs of ranch. Sunday morning, 174.8. That is excellent. All right, yes, I'm breaking a 22-hour fast with steak. I do have steak sauce on it because it's not as good as I want it to be. It's really, really thick. It's really, really hard. And it doesn't taste that good. But I'm going to eat it. All right, I'm also going to eat a handful of bacon with it. Yes, I am holding bacon in my hand. Yes, it's greasy. No, I don't know why. I just took it out of the bag. All right, guys, after that little bit of steak, I decided to have a salad, lettuce, cheese, ham, 6 cherry tomatoes, and ranch dressing. I'm going to enjoy it. All right, so it's a little later in the night. I got peckish. I made some more steak, but while I was making it or deciding what to make, I actually had 2 slices of cheese and 2 boiled eggs. Then I went back for another salad. This was all the second meal. Okay, Monday morning, 174.6.
Let's have someone new tell us about their summer. Blake?
Show me what you're doing. Are you using a yoga mat?
Working in the Philippines.
A workout mat?
Huge house. It was a mansion.
Oh,
Wow.
I guess that is a workout.
New play box.
She's doing little poses a while ago.
It's really
Yeah, that'll work. I guess that is a pose. Little Miss. Little Miss Insanity.
Hey, Ronnie, you gonna eat or play lizard wrestlers?
So all in all, not bad. We're going to pop this out because y'all know my memories. All right, so day before Valentine's Day, 5 years, 200 days of my ketogenic journey. For those of you who don't know, I started 311.8 pounds. I was a little short, fat ball. Very unhealthy, damn near dying ball. 174.2 on Thursday, hopped up to 175.4, 176 on Saturday. Oh, that's right. That's where I did that. I'm not sure what caused that, but that's where I did that. Hi. Sunday, after having the pineapple and the watermelon, I went down to 174.8. And today, 174.6. That's 0.2 more down. I'm not upset with it. It's a pretty positive weigh-in. But for those of you who don't know, my lowest weigh-in was 176.4. So I'm still holding quite a bit of fluid from 176 to 174. 156 to 174. That's a lot. That's not all fluid, okay? I've been holding that for a couple of years now. That's probably fat, realistically, let's be honest. Although recently I did drop down to almost 160 again. So there's probably 14 pounds of fluid that I'm still hanging on to. It could be some fat, but considering how fast I grabbed hold of it, it's probably not all fat. I'm just having a hell of a time with fluid mostly because I eat too much now. Partially could be both. Whatever y'all about to knock down, please don't. It sounds like something big was about to fall off that shelf. Hurt not. It's a whole Deadpool statue. That hurt. Whatever it hits anyway. So I'm having 3 main issues. One is I'm doing poor food choices. Some of it is cheat meals. Just not doing well at all. Some of it is also keto snacks, trying new keto foods. And then my calories are probably too high. And 3, I realized my fasting has been bad lately. This weekend, not so much. And that's probably what helped keep it kind of a even kilter from Thursday to today, was that I fasted a lot more. So I think that's one thing I need to concentrate on. Is I used to fast 16/8, no problem. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means that I don't eat for 16 hours of the day, and within an 8-hour window, I keep it keto. And then I fast for 16 more hours. Now, at work, for some reason, I have convinced myself that I need snacks because I'm gone from home 14 hours a day. So I need snacks for this and snacks for that and snacks for this and snacks for that. And I got to make sure I have this and I got to have... Or realistically, no, I don't. When I first started up there, I never even thought about snacking before lunch. I just didn't. And my lunchtime originally was later than it is now. So while I have convinced myself that I need these snacks for morning break, no, I don't. Fasting's not a problem, especially at home. At home, I don't even get hungry till 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So why at 9:30 in the morning I feel like I need to eat right here, right now? That don't make no sense when lunch is at 11:30. Well, 11:45, but 11:30 is easier to say. But I don't. And then now one thing I might have an issue with is that last break, because from noon to 7:30 p.m. I get really, really hungry about midway. So I might need to take something then. But realistically, from 12 o'clock to 7:30, less than 8 hours. I can fast for 16 normally. So I don't know why it's such a problem, except for I do get so hungry. I get nauseous and I hate that feeling. So I'm going to try to forgo the morning break and eat lunch, and then try to figure out something that's both filling and mild for like my 5 o'clock break, and then eat something at 8 o'clock when we get home. Well, we'll probably stop and eat. I'm not cooking on the weekends. I'm going to tell you right now. Ain't no way in hell. No way in hell. I'm going to be gone from my house for 14 hours, have barely 6 hours of sleep, and cook. No, it ain't going to happen. And meal prep is hard for me, for those of you who don't know. Reheated foods is just very, very off-putting to me. Beef smells like it's decayed once it's been cooked. If it's gotten more than an hour old and cooled off, I can't touch beef. Steak I could, but that's a little bit more time consuming because I'm apparently really a bad cook. I used to be a good cook, but I can't get steak to turn out right to save my butt anymore. And another thing I'm going to start doing, more water. Love this Fiji water, by the way. But I've started keeping water at my desk, even when I have coffee and when I have tea, because I drink a lot more of it while I'm at my desk for some reason. I also drink it with my meals primarily. Usually if you see me go out, I've gotten a nice water with it. I like a good pure water though, but I can't do city water. I don't know how the hell y'all do city water. Blech. But anyway. I was able to help my neck. I told you guys the other day. I've got a place on my arm usually that I can't. When I get my arm about right here, it wants to stop. And it hurts like hell. My shoulder will do this little muscle spasm thing. And it was making my hand go numb. Now, I've stopped that from happening. But the shoulder and then the neck thing, that's been an issue for a little while. And I started figuring out it's the way I'm sleeping. So I went and got a side sleeping pillow, which is just basically a thicker, harder, more firm pillow. And I've started using that. And believe it or not, my arm doesn't hurt that much right now. So like I can lift my arm. I have a full range of motion, but it would get about right here and be like, oh, okay, fine. You know, it just kind of get stuck right there and not want to go. But it wouldn't once I got it up higher. It didn't hurt anymore. But yeah, that's a ton better. I still feel it when I move my arm like that, but it's not painful. So that's a plus. The dogs are barking at the neighbors. I'm very happy about that. And I've got a plan anyway. I plan to start fasting till at least lunchtime. What I might do, and I'm not sure about this because I don't have that much time. So like I would like to fast through lunchtime and eat my first meal at my 2:45 break. But then I only have 15 minutes. So I don't really know if I'll have enough time for that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I plan to pick up my fasting window, maybe drop those calories a little bit. And if you pick up your fasting window, you're automatically going to drop your calories because you ain't got as much time to eat as much crap. So we'll see how that goes. Gonna also try to not buy Quest bars. I am out of them. Of course, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I don't know what I'm getting for that. We'll see. But I make no promises for tomorrow. I make no promises for special days and holidays and stuff like that because I'm going to live my life to the fullest and I'm going to enjoy it now that I have lost over 155 pounds, but realistically really 140 because I'm holding on to like a lot. But I'm going to live my life and I'm going to enjoy it because I've reached a lot of my goals and I'm a lot healthier. Again, for those of you who watch, do as I say, not as I do. Because, see, I can tell you how to do this perfectly, okay? Meat, cheese, eggs, green leafy vegetables, leave every damn thing else alone but water, Diet Dr. Pepper, and coffee and tea with stevia in it. Everything else, leave it the hell alone. That's the right way. I am no longer doing the right way, okay? This is why I've stalled. This is why I'm stuck. So understand that when I tell you the right way, do the right way. Or don't bitch. Because if you're doing exactly what I'm doing, and I show you what I'm doing only out of honesty because I don't want to lie to you. And if nothing else, you can see it don't work this way. But it does maintain, it does keep it off. So I'm 99% keto, but I cheat sometimes, okay? I'm not perfect. But I just want you to know that I still know my stuff and I will help anybody and I help everybody for free. So if you need help with your ketogenic journey, my contact information is below. I wrote out a website, KetoDiamond.com. Everything's written out plain, simple, and free. You don't need this stuff right here. All right, you don't. But now there are some things that are helpful, like the Keto Mojo. If you'd like to get you one, you can use my link below and you get 15% off of that Keto Mojo, the whole kit. So try it out. Anyway, you guys, if you need my help, contact me. There's some great ways to support the channel down there. Much love. Many prayers. Bye. Did you flick water at me?
Yes, I did.
Yes. All right, you guys. Much love. Many prayers. Bye.